Hello everyone! Welcome to a detailed late game guide on Bee Swarm Simulator. This video will have many sections, each timestamped so you can easily skip to or find what you're looking for. My name is Exos, and I've been playing Bee Swarm Simulator since 2018, and I can help you guys get to the end of the game as fast as possible. Before starting the video, please check out my Discord server and my Twitch link. Both links will be in the description. Enjoy the video! Depending on your progress, this should be the flowchart of which you generally get things. Notice how these two charts are very different. One of them is the one most Bee Swarm Simulator players take. But the problem with it is that it sets you up to use 250 glue on a gummy mask and then another 500 glue for gummy boots at the end of it all. While gummy mask is a mask that everyone should be buying, it mainly benefits white hives. And if you do plan on becoming a white hive, you'll also have to struggle with swapping from a different hive color into white because a gummy star for your first SSA isn't as strong as a pop star or scorching star because it requires you to use your gumdrops. You'll run out of your gumdrops more than gain. Now I know what you're thinking. X knows, isn't the gummy mask really good for staying mixed so that we can finish our quests? Well, the answer is yes and no. You see, that did indeed used to be the case before the Precise Bee was introduced into the game. Now Precise Bees along with Super Crits can make obtaining any color pollen from any color flower good with flames, bubbles, or triangulates. Now let's move on to the second chart. With this chart, your gear progression is very linear, in which you'll be getting everything that you need to be an endgame player eventually right away. Taking that 250 glue that you would usually use for your gummy mask into your petal belt, your coconut clogs, and 50% of your demon or diamond mask. The only downside is that you'll be struggling with your Riley Bee or Bucko quests, and you won't be able to have the chance to obtaining a Windy Bee until you finish 30 Spirit Bear quests. But once you have gotten all your gear, all you simply have to do is focus on gifting your bees so that you can get an SSA faster than you would with the first chart. And if you do want to be red or blue, it allows you to just stay to one color. You could just be the color you want to be right away. The only downside is that you have to get really lucky with royal jellies, getting Precise Bees up to 3 or 4 in your hive so that you can get super crits constantly. Okay, so if you may or may not know, it is assumed that gummy boots are required for all players, and that's not true at all. What? Gummy boots are a very minor buff to your stats, unless you are a white hive. It's more of an item to get to flex on others rather than actually provide a major use to you. I suggest only getting this after you finish your journey of 50 bees. If you're white, however, you do want these boots, but I would still suggest getting them after you have a full 50 hive. I briefly touched upon getting a Windy Bee, but I never actually fully explained it. In order to get a Windy Bee, you must meet 2 requirements. One is donating a spirit petal to the Wind Shrine, because that will allow the game to know that you are capable of receiving this bee. The second one is that your favor has to be high enough for that bee to come to you. What does that mean? Well, favor is the addition of all of the values of the items that you donate to the shrine. You can calculate your favor from the message that's given to you when donating Cloud Vials. Having a higher amount of favor will net you a higher chance of getting a Windy Bee every time you attempt to tame it. So donating expensive items like diamond eggs and mythic eggs will help your chances of getting one in the long run, as well as giving you really cool boosts for you to get more pollen with. You can check how much favor you have with the message that you are given on the Bee Swarm Simulator wiki. Optimizing your boss fights is really important because this will allow you to kill your mobs faster so that you can get the rewards you need to boost or to donate for boosting quickly. When fighting one of these bosses, you'll want to die twice or reset your character in-game. This will refresh your bees' energy so that they will last long enough for them to fight the entire time and not go take a nap in your hive. For your coconut crab especially, you'll want to make it so that the crab does not move as much as possible. While I know that this is impossible to do in a laggy server because the claws will hit you while it's moving, it's very possible if the server isn't lagging, netting you a very fast kill time. When fighting your stump snail, you'll want to make sure that if you have a coconut canister, that your passive of the emergency shield is activated whenever you possibly can. This will allow you to do more damage every 5 minutes, which is something I didn't even think of. And for your windy bee, you'll want to make sure that you're the highest level hive fighting that windy bee, because if you have people who can kill that bee instantly, you're not going to get anything out of it. I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who helped me make this guide, as well as everyone who watches my streams every time I go live. You can catch one of my streams over at twitch.tv/xnose. I would love to see you there. If this video helped you out a lot, please consider subscribing, as I intend to make more Bee Swarm Simulator videos in the future. If we get this video to 500 likes, I would like to make a Noob to Pro series in which I make a new account and get it to Pro as fast as possible. So if you would love for that to happen, please smash the like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll smell you later.